Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back, and today I am giving 5 guys that I think you should trade for, and try to trade for them for a low value, or if you have to, a high value. But these are mainly guys that aren't the biggest names, or guys that are underperforming, but I feel like they're gonna bounce back. And the background for this video will be me going over all of the teams in my league and their players. So that's just something to look at. But let's jump right into it. Starting with my first guy, Kyle Pitts. Now, Kyle Pitts is a guy that hasn't done well the first 2 weeks of the preseason. The regular season. And I think people are just overreacting. Kyle Pitts has a good matchup against Seattle this week. And I think that'll be his game that kick starts his season. But the main reason why I feel like you should trade for him, because people, not everyone, but some people that got Kyle Pitts in third, second, fourth round, around there, they might be panicking on him. And so you can probably get him for a lower value than previously. I traded for Kyle Pitts, and I got Curtis Samuel for James Robinson. So 2 guys that I feel like are either going to have a bounce back week, or for Curtis Samuel, he's just been good this year. I feel like being the number 2 receiver in that role, he'll do well. But anyway, Kyle Pitts is just a good guy. Maybe if you're scared but you want to hold on to him, you sit him for a week. You are able to get someone like Logan Thomas, here, off the the free agent market, if he is available. But I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a bounce back game, so I'm starting him in my lineup this week. But who knows? I think he can do it. But moving on to the next guy on my list, I have Clyde EdwardsHelaire. Clyde EdwardsHelaire got 15 points in week 2, and he got 22 in week 1. He has been very serviceable so far, and I feel like that's going to continue because Tyreek Hill is no longer there. Marquez Valdes-Scantling hasn't done much yet. And for all the other weapons, it's kind of up in the air, how Juju's going to perform, how the other running backs in KC are going to do. But right now, Clyde EdwardsHelaire is the number 1 running back in this Chiefs offense, and I feel like it's going to stay like that for now. Maybe Isaiah and J.D. McKinnon might get some carries in there, but I feel like as time goes on, we're going to see more and more carries go to CEH, especially in when the Chiefs have to play teams like the Chargers again, and teams with good secondaries. They're going to start running the ball, and I think that ball is going to go to Clyde EdwardsHelaire most of the time. But he's a guy, if you want to get him for mid to low value, I don't think you'll have to give up some crazy stuff for him, because it shouldn't be the hardest thing to do. But if you I wouldn't trade Christian McCaffrey or something like that for him. But if you're able to get him at a decent value, then go right ahead. But moving on from Clyde EdwardsHelaire, I have Drake London next on my list. Now, do I think the production that Drake London is having now is going to continue throughout the season? I'm going to say yeah. I actually think he will. I do think more targets will go to Kyle Pitts. And they're obviously going to be running the ball with Cordero Patterson a lot. And they're going to be doing some run plays with Marcus Mariota. But Drake London is the number one guy there this year. I don't know what's going to happen next year with Calvin Ridley, but that's next year, not this year. I tried trading for him, but the guy declined it. So, smart on his end. But if you're able to get, like, let's just say you're able to trade, like, I don't know, like, I sent Michael Thomas for Drake London, which seems like a lot, and probably is. At first I was sending Jahan Dotson for him, but then he declined it. I sent Michael Thomas. I canceled it. But I'm probably going to stop trying to trade for him because I feel like the owner of Drake London in my league is passionate about him. But if you're able to get him at a decent price, like around the same amount of points they're averaging, I'd say go right ahead. I feel like Drake London is going to have a monster year continuing. But moving on from Drake London, we've got Tony Pollard up next. And I think it's pretty obvious to see that as much as the Cowboys don't want to say it or show it, Tony Pollard is the best back in that backfield. Against the Bengals, he did a lot better than Zeke. He got 19 fantasy points and got did a lot better on the ground game, and he was a part of the receiving game, getting 53 receiving yards. So that's awesome to see. He got a rushing touchdown, 43 rushing yards. Great stuff from Tony Pollard. And I think Zeke, in my league at least, he's in the free agent market. Running backs, projections. Yeah, here's Zeke. He got 13 in week 2. He got 11 points. Not bad. Only got, he got a little bit more rushing yards than Tony, but Tony Pollard was a lot better in the receiving game. My league does not do PPR format. We're probably gonna do that next year, but we don't do it this year. But especially if you're in a PPR format, trade for Tony Pollard. I think he's one of the best receiving backs in the league, especially after that week 2 performance, and he's worth it. He is worth it. Moving on to my 5th and final player to trade for, and I even have a guy that you should try to add via the free agent market at the end. But moving on to our final trade guy, I have Kirk Cousins. I feel like he's gonna light it up on Sunday afternoons. Don't start him on Monday night. Don't start him in a primetime game. You know what's gonna happen. But besides that, I feel like he's gonna do really well. We saw in week 1, if they're able to continue that, they lit it up. Justin Jefferson got wide open so many times. It was just free reception after free reception. And he got Justin Jefferson got 180 yards alone that game. I don't expect Justin Jefferson to have that volume the entire season. He's going to have similar volume, but it's not going to be the same amount, I think. But Kirk Cousins is definitely a serviceable backup QB. Maybe sometimes start him depending on the matchup. And you can get him for something pretty cheap. Now, for our free agent guy I was talking about, he might be on a team in your league, but in my league, he is not. Let's talk about a Cowboys receiver by the name of Michael Gallup. He is projected to play this week. He is questionable, but he is projected to play. He did a full practice on Friday, and he is projected to play. Now, I know he is not the number one receiver in that Cowboys offense. It's obviously C.D. Lamb. But the fact that he's only rostered in 27% of people's leagues means he's probably available in your league. So I'd say it kind of just depends, like, who you would drop him for. Or if you just have a slot, just pick him up. But I think after getting that money, after getting his contract, he is going to have a monster year this year. But that is just my opinion. What do you guys think of the list? Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys. Yep. Hey, guys. Future me here. And I just want to say, sorry for not uploading that much. I was going to upload about a week ago, but then I ended up breaking my finger, and then it hurted when I played Fortnite and stuff like that. So, sorry I haven't been uploading as much. I'll start to upload more consistently now. But thank you all for being here still. And I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Have a good night. Peace, guys.